Alright, roll the intro. I'm actually gonna minimise that so we don't have to minimise that so we don't have to watch it. How are we, my friend? How are we?
We're good. We're good.
Good?
We're good.
Another day, another dollar. We were here like 12 hours, 24 hours ago.
Yeah,
doing this.
At least this time we might be recording audio.
We're actually going to get it all. I don't know if that last one got uploaded or not. We haven't gotten around to actually doing it if we are going to. But if it is uploaded, apologies about the crap audio. We had one good mic and one horrible one. But hopefully it's all fixed.
One good mic and one kind of average mic.
Yeah, a bit better than the last one anyway. So hopefully we are good now. I had a fucking horrid experience at work today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and it was actually quite funny when I think about it now, right? So I did my normal have cone in the morning. I went to work and it was like 10:30. I was cutting up some angle to go on a door, and cut it up in a bit of alloy. Went straight, hit me in the eye.
Ooh.
It got me real bad though. Like it hit me dead in the center of my eye, so it hurt real bad. But it emphasized my heart like 10 times. Like my heart was going. I was freaking out, and I was there telling myself the whole time, I'm like, I've just got shit in my eye. Like,
Yeah.
don't freak out. But like, I was started getting a hot sweat on. Like, the whole face went red. I had to go sit in the van for a little bit. Like, Jesus. So yeah, apparently getting shit in your eye when you're high makes you higher.
Higher.
Yeah.
Interesting. So did you get it out in the end though? Or
Yeah,
did it just
yeah.
come out by itself?
Oh yeah, it came out by itself in the end. It hurt for a little bit, but it came right, and I assume it's out now. My eye feels good now.
Hey, well, as long as you don't scratch your eye, apparently getting a scratch in your eye is pretty painful apparently.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I've
no.
heard and irritating.
I've heard from a few people.
Yeah. Never really had much stuff go into my eyes locally, just eyelashes.
Yeah, I've gotten heaps of stuff in my eyes, but it's always been like stuff that's come out real quick. I got really good at getting shit out of my eyes without using my hands, like
Yeah.
without rubbing my eyes to get it out. Like being a motorbike rider, I spent so long on the road that I got so many bugs in my eyes. I couldn't ride with the visor down. I got real claustrophobic,
Yeah.
so I had to have at least a crack. But most of the time I had it all the way up. I liked the wind in my face. But yeah, so many bugs in my eyes, and I had to learn how to squint them out of my eyes.
Yeah.
As I couldn't use my hands. I had gloves on my hands, a helmet on my head.
Yep.
Yeah. So I got pretty good at that. So I don't know. Shit doesn't get seem to
Done the old good old.
stuck in my eyes.
Usually, if I get something to my eyes now, cover my eye with my hand like that, and then just start blinking with it shut, and I don't know, it seems to get it out.
Seems to work.
Seems to work.
Huh. Yeah. I guess that's similar to what I would do, like, because like I would put the pressure on my eye. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know how it worked or how I managed to get shit out my eyes without touching my face. But yeah, no, she hurt this morning though. That was a good one. That was a bloody good one.
So to teach you to wear safety glasses at work?
Nah, unlike the rest of the times this has happened, I don't think that's going to wear off. It probably should though.
You should wear safety glasses. You don't want to
Yeah.
be blind.
Nah, I don't want to be blind.
And get a glass eye. That'd be pretty cool though. That'd be a
That
pretty
would
cool
be pretty
story.
cool.
That's a story.
Get a glass eye.
How'd you get the glass eye?
Well.
I lost it to a tiger.
You could say anything and people just feel bad for you. So
Yeah.
I went overseas, went on this massive journey, went on a safari, and got completely mauled up by a lion, ripped my eye out. They gonna question it?
They might. Where's the rest of the scars? Nah, this lion was pretty good, eh? Pretty precise.
Got in there good.
Pretty
Got in there
precise
good.
incision. Yeah, my dad's old boss, he had a glass eye. Because when he was a kid, him and his brother went out and played with BB guns, and his brother shot him in the eye.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, I think the brother got quite a beating when they got back home
Yeah.
from the dad.
Yeah, but the day and time, right? Back then.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm stumbling on my words. I need to have a few breaths.
Take us back to them old days.
What would we get beaten for shooting a brother in the face with a BB gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just seems like seamless fun.
These kids these days don't know what discipline is, I don't think.
They don't know what discipline is.
Nah. I don't know.
What do they know then?
I don't know. I mean, I got grown up being smacked. I don't know. I seem like not as disrespectful than the newer generation. I feel like they're a little bit more disrespectful than my generation.
I was never smacked as a kid. Parents never laid a hand on me.
I guess it's just the way they were brought up. It's the way I was brought up.
Yeah, well, I guess half my family's like intimidating. The other half was just real kind. I had no wrong to do around one half of my family, and the other half I was too scared to, even though nothing had happened. They're just intimidating people.
Yeah. No, I got smacked by everybody if I did something wrong.
But everyone, you're walking down the street, everyone left, right, and centre, fucking
this
smacking this kid.
This isn't me bad-mouthing my family. I, full soul, hand on heart, no, I deserve that shit because I wasn't a good child. I was a little shit and I deserved it.
Fair enough. Well, if you're okay with it and you think you learned a lesson from it, then yeah, I guess it wasn't a bad thing for you. Probably shouldn't smack your kids because you're not allowed to anymore. So I wouldn't recommend smacking your kids. But if it worked for you, then it worked for you.
Yeah. Is what it is. You can't change your past, I guess.
Well, I don't know. We're trying to.
We're trying to by
erasing it. We're trying to erase it. We're not even trying to get rid of it. We're trying to bloody erase the past. Is what they're trying to do. He said that in a song in 2001, and that doesn't work in this day and age.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yep.
Well, sorry. I agree and disagree. I agree with it. Yeah, that probably shouldn't come out again now, but it came out back then when it was. No one cared back then.
Yeah, I'm really not liking this cancel culture for bringing up like stuff that's happened 10, 15 odd years ago.
Yeah.
The world was a different place back then. You could get away
Completely.
with that stuff. Sure, like I guess now you can't do it now. People try to, but it's just about learning change, I guess. And
learning and change, which is if I think myself, if cancel culture is going to be a thing, and they're going to go around digging up the past and trying to get people banned for it, I think at most what they should be doing is they should be investigating that person, looking into them now, and seeing if they have changed, lived and learnt from that, and if so, they're not coming out with content like they were back then, or whatever it may be. Yeah, isn't that what you want? Anyway, okay, it happened back then, that's unfortunate. We didn't know back then. We have all lived and learned from that, which has brought us to now.
Yeah.
The people doing those things still now are the ones that should be punished for it, not the ones that did it 15 years ago but haven't done it since.
Yeah. It's so stupid. Here's the guest. The train.
Oh, the train. Yeah, the train
is our guest.
Came in really early, so we're probably going to get 3 of them through this episode.
Probably,
yeah. Yeah, that's the 6 o'clock train.
Ooh. We'll get that logging one at some point, probably. And then we'll get that one before the logging one. What time we start yesterday?
It was actually around this time. I think we started like 6:37 yesterday.
True.
So we're actually still around the same time.
We're probably going to get the logging train.
Yeah,
and
we probably will.
One. Oh, well.
At least all the work's done outside. Then they haven't got any of the tradies out there doing works.
Yeah.
They'll come through at about 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Is when they'll start coming through for night works.
How's that? How are you finding that?
That's not too bad. There hasn't been many nights where they've been primarily working right outside the house.
Yeah.
Like most nights they're working on the lines, so the things are like on the track, so they're just working from station to station to station, so they'll be outside for a short bit and maybe come back later, but they're working down the line. There's only been 1 or 2 nights so far where they've just worked out there all night long, so it hasn't been too bad. The only thing that has been the worst though is quite often they forget to turn the bells off at night.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the time. And I told my partner that fact, that they turned the bells off at a certain time, because she thought that it was going to be going all night, And I was like, no, they turn them off at a certain time, so it's okay. And they did for a while, and now that I've told her that, now that she knows, every single time they don't, she lets me know. And it's been like nights and nights for a little while where they have forgotten to turn them off.
What time? Isn't it like 8:30 or something? That they
No, it's way later. It's normally around. It's never accurate. It's like the skate park lights where they're meant to turn off at 10, but most nights it was 11:30, sometimes 12, and sometimes it didn't get turned off. Same thing. The system in this city's fucked, but it's averaged out around 10:30 is when the bells go off.
Yeah. Yeah. When I stayed at my mate's place, you never really. I guess the bells never went off after a certain point. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I get sick of that train. Every at least count 30 minutes, you're gonna have a train go past.
Well, I haven't been woken up by a train yet, so
That's good.
yeah, I have to not in the morning, not during the night. No train hasn't woken me up yet.
But Jono's car will wake you up.
Yeah. Well, no, it was his door slam as he left in the morning. That was my alarm.
Oh. Yeah, still not the same with you not being at the house.
Now it's weird. Every time I drive home, I feel like I'm only going like half the distance. I feel like I should be going for longer.
Yeah.
I get to the tracks and a lot of time I go, oh wait, turn in here.
Yeah, it's like I go home now and I'm like straight into my room and it's like, well, that's the lounge gone and been used again, and it's never going to be used again until people come around.
Yeah. Yep. You spend a lot more time in your room.
Yeah. Well, that's where the computer is.
Yeah, that's fair. I spend a lot of time out here.
Yeah.
I don't think I've spent any time in my lounge yet. I think I've used the front door like 3-4 times because I come the other way.
No, I don't want to break the streak, but when's that thing going to turn off?
I actually didn't have a look. I was meant to look at last night's recording to see how long it would last, so we're just going to have to keep an eye on it.
Because it hasn't turned off this whole time since you turned it on.
Yeah, and we turned it on a little bit before we started recording, so it's probably going to be soon.
Soonish. Now I'm paranoid it's going to turn off.
That's alright, I can turn it back on pretty quickly. I just
Yeah.
got to be quick to the buttons here.
Yep. Trying to think of a topic. I mean, so slack with not writing shit down.
It's not writing shit down.
Nah, I'm pretty slack like that.
Oh, I saw a photo the other day.
I'm not really getting much topics or anything coming to my head that I think's interesting at the moment.
Yeah.
Sort of just living a bland, boring life at the moment. Nothing interesting's happening.
That's fair. I know, like we used to always make sure we had topics, and we'll quite often discuss topics. But I've learned quite recently how to just have a conversation about nothing.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting good at that again. I was good at that before, and then started getting in depth with conversations and got stuck in. Every conversation I had to be an in-depth conversation. I'm now relearning how to have in-depth conversations and how not to have in-depth conversations. So I'm getting a bit better with that. But I saw a photo the other day. I thought it was real interesting. It was from a racetrack. Where was this track? I do have a photo of it actually. They dug, like they got in a cylinder hollow drill bit, and dug a section of the road out, all the layers after all the years, and then just had this big block of all these different layers, and it started off as brick.
Yeah.
There was just layers of brick down, and then went to, chunky rocks, and then kind of went to smooth asphalt. It took quite a while. There was quite a bit there. It was over a fair amount of time. I found it quite interesting, because of course back then, back a while ago, the tracks would have been brick. Someone would have just laid down brick.
Yeah.
By brick to make an entire racetrack. Why am I struggling to find this photo? There it is. 108 years of paving history, starting with brick.
Whoa. And then they sort of just went to like some stones and concrete for a while. And then smooth concrete or something.
Yeah.
Damn. Started off as brick. True racetrack. I don't know. I kept on thinking horse racing track. I'm like, what are horses racing on brick?
No. Indianapolis is where it was. Indianapolis Speedway. It's all the brick. See if I can. Thought that was real interesting.
That's something I want to get into eventually, is into car racing, or at least track days. I want to go to track days.
Yeah, track days would be cool.
A lot more just going to track days than doing Fridays and Saturday nights.
Yeah. What would be a car, if you could pick any car, what would be a car you really want to take on a track? Not like a car you really want to drive, just a car you really want to like drive on a track.
I honestly feel like I don't know. It's got to be something all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. I don't really feel like I'd want to race a rear-wheel drive car on a track, because I just want to drift it instead.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Maybe those. I think they're AE triple 1 Levins. The one that Pringle had.
Camera went off. Technical difficulty. Hello? There we go. Oh. Why are you bad quality too?
Just out of focus.
Yeah. Out of focus bad. But why is... Okay.
I've gone letterbox mode for some reason.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did you accidentally hit a setting on?
Something's happened. Apologies about this. Be right back. The mic's back on. There we go, we're back.
Hi.
We're back. Alright.
Sorry.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Rightio. You were saying car that I wanted to race around a track.
Yeah. What kind of car did you want to race around a track? I've completely forgotten what you said.
The Toyota AE 111 Levin or Truno.
Oh, yeah.
The one
Yeah.
that Pringle had.
Yep. That would be pretty cool.
I reckon that'd be pretty fun. Or actually, maybe even Jono's car.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I don't know. I feel like on a track, I really want to race a front-wheel drive car for
The fun of it?
fun. Like, front-wheel drive
For
cars
handling.
are actually fun and can handle.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't want the back end to, like, slip out on me.
Yeah, if I was to take a car around a track for like handling reasons, wanted to go around those corners quick, it would be a front wheel or all-wheel drive car. I would love to do that. That would be I get such a thrill from being able to go around a corner quick.
Imagine, like, going through it for, like, an Evo 1 or an Evo 0 or VR4 stuff. Blunt. That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. And that paranoid that everything's off, but it's not. It's all, we're all good. Yeah. Should actually rename them. What have I got here? I got an article titled "Spiders on Mars."
Spiders on Mars.
Spiders
I've heard
on
about that.
Mars. Scientists make breakthrough in finding explanation for spiders from Mars. Oh, okay, so it's the reason why they're there. So the spiders from Mars is the images of Mars that have. It just looks like a spider per se, big ass bloody spider. But they've actually worked it out. It's a phenomenon which occurs when black spider-looking splodges appear on the surface of Mars. There's got a scientific name there for them, but I think spiders is more appropriate. They're not found on Earth. Apparently, it is. They found new physical evidence that they can be explained through the sublimitation of CO2 ice. They appear to be carved into the surface when dry ice changes from solid to gas. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's just the veins of Mars, So
Yep.
and it's all to do with CO2. CO2 carving the parts out, carving small
Mars.
canals out.
Would you have gone to Mars on the one-way trip? If you could have been invited for a one-way trip to Mars, would you have taken that opportunity?
No, probably wouldn't have, to be honest. I would have loved to. A one-way trip, no. I realistically, no.
I wonder how many people would do that.
Not me.
I don't know, do they expect... I don't know, do people think Mars is going to be this really nice place to go to and live? Because it's not.
Rock. I can tell you that right now.
It's not going to be.
It's rock.
You're going to become a hunter-gatherer, but I don't know what you're hunting.
Rock.
Hunting rocks.
What's the rovers doing? They're a hunter-gatherer. They're literally just gathering rock.
Yeah, and hunting rock.
Hunting rock.
Hunting for life that could or could not be there.
The only fun reason there would be to go there would be as if you were someone that wanted to learn something new that nobody else knew.
I kind of want them to start digging on Mars. And I mean mass digging.
To start fracking.
Yeah. Send up
Find oil.
some diggers up there, and all these radio controlled stuff, so you can control it back here on planet Earth, and start digging, see if there's fossils underneath the surface and if something's lived there or not. I guess we're not going to know if there's fossils unless we start digging.
I feel like this will happen because that's all we did with our planet when we wanted to learn it.
Unless we started digging.
We started digging.
So they're going to have to
So
start digging Mars.
they're going to start digging Mars as soon as they're able to.
Find fossils on Mars.
Or
That is
any
a
of the
game
chemicals,
changer.
any of the chemicals that we have here that shouldn't be there according to the laws of our physics.
That'd be a game changer. Then who lived on Mars before?
Or what?
What lived on Mars?
Mm.
Did we live on Mars? That's a theory. That apparently that humans came from Mars and we can't remember it.
Men came from Mars.
And
Wait, no, women came from Mars. Who came from Mars?
I'm not sure. Didn't we come from... Was it Venus?
There's a saying, men came from...
Jupiter. Because
We're Jupiter, that's right! So, women came from... I can't remember how the saying goes now.
Neither. Where did we come from? Stardust. Stars.
Yep, actually I've got a linking subject to this that I've titled Simulation of a Simulation.
Simulation of a simulation.
Yep. Now, some guy, a very, very, very clever guy, has created a new AI algorithm that may prove reality as a simulation. Alright. Long story short, he's made this AI to... it's told the AI everything about our world, but it hasn't taught it physics.
Yep.
Right, so it's had to work, that's the only part it's had to work out up to what we know. So it's making equations not based on how we make equations, because we base our equations off of physics. So it's eliminated that fact. So it's calculating its own equations based on what it knows. So it's making its own separate equations outside of our physics that we would normally make our equations on.
Yep.
So it's starting to, from that it's worked out actual physics pretty quick. It didn't tell it about gravity or anything. All of Newton's laws it worked out really quickly, but doesn't put them into equations for other things. So that's how he started it. He said it's not even going to be in his lifetime. We're still lifetimes away from being able to simulate another world per se, like completely simulate a whole AI world like ours to prove that this could be done like this. So he's not at that point, but he's very bloody close to it. So the way he started it is just so amazing. Just hasn't thrown physics into it. It seems so profound, but it works.
Making a simulation inside of our simulation that we live in.
Simulation in a simulation in a simulation.
In a KFC.
Inside of a KFC.
Inside
of a Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yeah, the podcast I was listening to today, they brought it up at some point through it about, this was back in 2012, the one I was listening to. So it's probably way more updated now, but they were talking about the, some guy was doing, like, mathematical equations and stuff about, like, some theories about the world or something. I'm fucking butchering this, but he was just getting, like, computer codes from it, like, inside of our, like, the universe, like, has got computer codes built inside of it or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we didn't invent math.
Yeah.
We discovered it. Like, everything that we know is based off of math. Everything that is existent is existent because of math.
The computer coding that he's finding in his research back then was, like, computer coding that was identical to, like, a search browser.
True.
Yeah, stuff like that.
True.
It's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. So he's finding, like, legitimate coding.
Like, legitimate coding that we've used, but in...
Like
binary stuff, or I'm guessing it'd be, like, ones and zeros.
Wow, that is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Dug deep into our own simulation.
What if we are a simulation? Then what? What do we do then?
Got to make another one?
Do we make another one, or do we try wake up from this one and...
Is there a way out of a simulation? Have you seen anything inside of a current simulation that we can go on, come out of it?
Surely.
I don't see no farm trucks coming out of Farming Simulator.
No.
Or any goats coming out of Goat Simulator. Oh, if I could make a 22B come out of Gran Turismo, that would be amazing. So yes, we do need to work out how to get out of a simulation so I can get things out of other simulations.
I've got a way of getting out of simulation, but that's just death, is it not?
That's true.
That's a way of leaving a simulation.
Yeah.
We don't need that. How's that getting a 22B out of...
Exactly, we're not getting a 22B out of Gran Turismo that way.
Oh man, imagine if you could do that. The amount of money, or the amount of money you wouldn't make, because everybody would have access to it at that point.
So everything becomes no value. Nothing has value anymore.
Yeah.
We eliminate items having value by mass producing them, and everyone being able to gain them for free. By pulling them out of a simulation.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a world that would be. I'd like to live in that.
Yeah, one with no cash.
Oh.
You wouldn't need to buy anything.
That would be the dream. No cash ever needed.
Would start inventing, like, things that you can buy for use in, I guess, like, the mental state, because anything physical you can just create. So you have to find something to sell. It's just what we do. We like to trade, sell, whatever you want to, you know. So you'd tap into something that you can't just pull out of a computer screen, if we theoretically could pull shit out of a computer screen.
What would be something that you can't? What would that be? What would you
Therapy.
say? But you could just do that online. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. But would you still need therapy at that point if you've pretty much got everything you could ever want?
That would be who would be the government, just as therapists, and that would be the most dangerous place on earth.
Yeah.
The Earth, run by therapists.
Ooh.
Yeah, they can help. They also know how to break.
Because I feel like a lot of people's problems in the world is caused by the situation they've been chucked into, which is generally because it all comes down to money in the end. And if you get rid of a world where you don't need money, one would think that the world would start to become a better place and people's...
Or it would turn to anarchy, because the human race is designed for conflict.
Would we then start, like, in Fallout, like, we've gotten rid of money and money's not a thing now, but the humans would end up making something else a currency somehow, like...
Yeah, exactly.
We'd be working for something, even though it was pointless, it'd be for something, surely.
Yeah. It would be. That's it. We wouldn't just live in a happy place.
We're greedy.
We're naturally greedy. We naturally want conflict. It's literally in our primal instincts.
It's nature.
It is, and it's something that we can't change no matter what.
We can't fight against our own nature.
No.
We can try to change it, but it's always going to be there.
Mm. We're just trying to work around it, which is probably why most of us, especially like, seems to be growing more and more popular, are all fucked up in the head. We're trying to fuck with our own natural instincts so much, we genuinely can't take it anymore.
Yeah. I guess that's why everybody's mental health is so shit now.
Yeah, because we can't deal with having to cope with shoving down our primal instincts, even if we don't understand them, like, I don't want conflict, I don't want anarchy, I don't want any of that shit, and I also don't want money. Yeah. But naturally that is what the human body and the species desires.
Yeah, I don't want money, I need it.
Yeah, we only need it.
I need it because everybody else wants it.
Yeah.
I don't
want to need it.
Yeah, I don't want to need it, but I need it because everybody else, I guess, wants it.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone else is greedy.
Yeah.
No, that came out wrong actually. I'm not. No one else is greedy, and I'm not like. No.
The government is greedy. The people running the world are greedy.
The system we've made is designed for us to be greedy.
And how long, if we change that system, how long until it goes back to this system?
It would either fall back or we would fall out. Excuse the pun.
I reckon we're on the brink of a civil war for probably... I reckon the world's gonna... 10 years, we're gonna split down the middle on the world of two different things, like...
Now, who do you think's gonna split? You mean in the way of splitting the world, you mean like the European world, the Britain-controlled world?
No, like the... I hate talking about it, like the left and the right...
Because we have quite a few different... I've come to realise we've got quite a few different types of worlds inside of our world.
Yeah, I'm more meaning, I guess, like the left-wing people and the right-wing people, because that's a general term for the whole world of what side people are on, well, those types of things.
Yeah.
I can see that humanity getting a divide between that. Like, these are my thoughts on this stuff, and then these are my thoughts on that stuff, and it's going to be a big conflict with that.
Yeah, well, it's heading that way.
I mean, it's already happening in America and
it's just getting minority groups.
World, but I can see it becoming a pretty bad thing.
Yeah. If it carries on and just gets worse, then yeah, definitely.
This could be the end days of humanity. The end years, the last 100 years.
Yeah, could be. We could be amongst the last. Who knows? I think we are going to see a big shift in the world in the next 10 years, though.
Yeah, well...
That's for sure. We've already seen a big shift in the past 10. The next 10 are going to be even more interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what podcast I was listening to, but they were talking about, like, the fall of the Roman Empire, I think it was, and how like they just sort of got rid of like gender gender norms and stuff, and like gender roles and all of that stuff, and like it just started falling as a thing. And I mean, not that it's a bad thing, I guess, but now it's happening a lot now in our times again, and it could just be the end of this civilization again.
True. Really?
Yeah, like that happened over in Rome apparently, like the men dressing as women or
Well, yeah, actually,
that
no, I
sort of
do
stuff.
recall hearing that information.
Yeah, and it was like the end of the Roman Empire and stuff because of that.
I thought like Rome got wiped out.
Whatever I was just on the podcast, they were talking like that was the start of it, was from like all the gender.
True. Like, I'm gonna have a look into it if that's
Yeah,
right.
yep, that's fine.
Romans, gender neutral history, I guess. Of gods and emperors. Sexuality in ancient Rome. Let's get this up on the screen. Okay, sexual attitudes and behaviour in ancient Rome. Okay.
Good old Wikipedia.
Good old wiki. Because everything on here's legit.
100% truth.
All of it just straight truth.
Apparently it's weird if you didn't have like an underage person as well in these times, as like somebody that you just like underage boys more that they did stuff with. Is like sort of weird if you didn't have that.
Really?
I think
That is real weird.
It's so fucked up. I listen to it on the weekend, so I'll be able to find the podcast. Try to find it.
There's a lot here about it though. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot here about it. There's literally everything here about it. How do they know? Do we have all of like Rome's history written down? Because like there's obviously a lot of history that we don't have any sort of knowledge on. It's just missing. But I guess we knew what happened in Rome.
Maybe it's written down in books.
Yeah, ancient Roman text.
Yeah.
There is some weird things on here. That's for sure. Very peculiar, my friend. Ah, camera's getting hot. Nope, now it's not.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh well.
What do I got orange light on you?
I feel like it's from this lamp.
Oh, you turned it down a notch.
Yeah.
And now it's just dark. Oh well. Where are we at with this? We're at 40 minutes at the moment right now. We are at 40 minutes. I can't minimize that one. Why did I minimize? Why did I get rid of that one? But yeah, that won't work anymore. No.
Sweet.
Now we're good.
Me.
We can minimize this one though.
I need a pee.
Alright, I'll roll the intro.
Roll the intro.
Roll the intro. Well, sorry for the technical difficulties that we've been having, guys. We're just still trying to get started, but I hope you guys are enjoying we are enjoying doing this. I do have more people lined up to be on the podcast at some point. Colt's always going to be in the background too, if not on it solely. So stick around, give us a like, and let us know how you think of the podcast. I'm just going to roll the intro again. You're back.
Greetings! I am...
Mike's been falling down.
Yeah, I was going to say, this looks way lower
No,
than
I
what it was.
retilted my camera before. Now it makes sense. Hold up, let's see. This is such a crap podcast. We've had some good discussions, but we've had some technical difficulties.
Stay.
Oh, we're good.
Technical difficulties ruin a lot of things.
Oh, you know how in the past you've spoken about time travel and you've said like you don't think it's invented in the future because you've said multiple times that you'll come back to this point in time. What if it is invented just after our lifetime? Because you ain't coming back then.
True, yeah. I mean, it could have been. It still could have been invented. But
Just after our lifetime.
Surely then I still would be able to experience time travel.
Not if you're dead before it's invented.
But what if, surely if it's been invented, would they not just bring it back to the past and make it something in the past as well?
Yeah, but the chance of you running into someone that has come back, I don't think the whole world's going to come back. Otherwise, it's going to be a very noticeable increase in population. So I feel like only a few people will be coming back. The chances that you're going to run into one long enough to find out that they're a time traveller.
That's what the speculation of what the UFOs are, is that they're like time travel machines and they're people coming back in time and watching us in these times.
Yeah, well, it's confirmed now that there is UFOs, right? Because all the documents were released recently. Like, there's pretty much...
I guess so. I mean, I never really looked into any of that stuff.
I looked into it a little, and like, there's definitely UFOs now. Like, I don't know why it's not bigger news. They've very much just slid the paperwork in amongst everything else, and you have to go out your way to find it. Because I don't know how it's not bigger news that we pretty much have definitive proof
that there's unidentified flying objects.
Yeah. Or it could be anything, but
What was it? I don't know how many years ago it was about I don't know if they were Navy or Air Force, because America's weird and they have planes in their Navy as well. But the pilots were out there going are you seeing what I'm seeing? And then it's just like they'd been seeing them up there for weeks. We've been seeing these things around here for a couple of weeks, and they're going crazy super fast, and then they could be in the destination where they've wanted to end up. They fly somewhere and those things are still there.
Shit.
It's crazy.
There's been heaps of stories from back then, though.
Like a Tic Tac.
Yes, no, I've heard that.
The Tic Tac one.
I have actually heard that term being
used
before.
That's probably the more recent one than anything, and it was from a reputable Navy or Air Force chief or officer, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, it'd be cool to know if we're alone, and that we're not alone.
It would be cool, just to know. I would love just to know. I
don't want them to do anything to us, but
yeah.
Oh God, space.
I'm fine, never meeting one or seeing one, but if I could know that there is definitely life out there amongst us, or beyond us.
Well, I mean, if your desktop picture, if those are just a star, Each one of those, surely you've got a planet around it.
Yeah, exactly.
Each one's got to have life in it somehow. There's that many Earth-like planets that surely there's some type of life on them.
Yeah, surely there is. We can't be the only ones. It's just such a mad coincidence.
No, like the amount of like videos I've watched about space, and like they just put it into perspective of like how big space is and how little we are. There's probably billions of other species, probably intelligent life, billions of other
Way more intelligent than us.
out there.
You can't tell me that we are the most intelligent thing in the universe.
No, we're not.
We're barely the most intelligent thing on this planet.
Yeah. We've got dolphins that are smarter than us.
So dolphins are the most intelligent thing in the universe to our extent of knowledge.
I guess so. Wow, and they live underwater.
Those
They don't
rapist,
even
drug-taking mammal fish.
Well, what were they doing? Was it LSD or something they were trying to get dolphins to take?
They've tried giving everything LSD.
I was listening to a Rooster Teeth podcast thing, and they were doing something with a dolphin, and they had a person living in there with it in the house, and like the house, I don't think it was a house, but it was filled with water, and the dolphin was living in there. They were giving the dolphin drugs or something, and then the dolphin was also being rapey and was trying to get sex from the woman.
Yeah. Dolphins are bad for that.
Yeah.
Well, I say bad for that, it's just nature.
Yeah.
It's theoretically what we're like too.
Yeah. It's weird. Nature's weird.
Nature's very weird. Nature's very, very vicious. And we're
Vicious.
trying to make it not.
Nah, we can't fight it.
You can't. You cannot fight it. That doesn't mean go out and rape whoever the fuck you want. You're not allowed to do that. Don't do
No.
that. Do not recommend it.
Don't
I'm
do
absolutely
that.
against that. But there is no way to fight nature. Not to that extreme.
What would be your question for an alien?
For an alien,
Yeah.
For
If
an
it could
alien.
understand us.
if we could communicate with it, what would the question be? How small are we in retrospect to everything else?
Yeah. I mean,
Because we're not big,
No, we're tiny.
we're tiny. So there's no point in being. How big are we in comparison? No, there's no point asking that. But how small are we? Are we like something that's been looked at for quite some time, or did you guys just fly past and go, "Oh shit, bro, I want to stop here for a snack"?
Why Earth? Why us?
Why us?
Why'd you come to us?
Yeah. And they're followed by, "Can you take me somewhere else?"
How many other intelligent life forms in this universe are there? You're the only ones we've come across. Well, you've done a shit job then. 'Cause
Yeah.
We're not intelligent. We're not getting off this.
Well, I got some bad news for you.
we don't know what we're doing. You're now the most intelligent people we know because you've come to
Yeah.
us.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be weird. What if we're the aliens that go to another planet and
We end up being these scenarios.
Yeah,
What do we
like-
do? Which one do we play?
put it into the perspective that, okay, we're the aliens.
They've probably been
and
waiting years for this
humans
day.
now come to their planet. Humans aren't that great of a species. Are we going to want peace, or are we going to start war? Or is it going to be peace and we to get something from them, and when we don't get it, we
Yeah,
go
it's
war
going to
with
be
them?
greed. That's exactly what I was going to say. We're going to want to go over there with the intention of being peaceful. We're going to want to be as peaceful as we can, and we will be for some time.
And then
But
we'll
as like
find
we always
something.
do,
Oh, you've got something we
yeah,
want.
they'll have a resource that we want and that they won't give to us. And we'll want it in bulk, and so we'll start getting aggressive because of greed. It will overcome us. It's inevitable, and we'll be peaceful until then, and we will go and fuck up another planet.
Just going through destroying planets.
Yeah, we've actually spoken about this once before.
Yeah,
We
I don't know if it was on
human
the
race.
podcast or not,
No,
but
I think
yeah,
we just had a conversation about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, we
we are planet destroyers.
We are just planet destroyers, human race. Just we go around destroying planets, or we will be going around destroying planets anyway if we decide to move.
Yeah.
Like, it might take some time.
Yeah,
It might take like a few thousand years.
Yeah, we were saying like if we go to Mars, like we're just going to eventually destroy Mars.
We're just going to eventually
we'll
destroy
just
it.
go to another planet. We'll just destroy that planet that can
Yep.
hold life.
Yep. We're too intelligent for our own good, and we can't control our natural behaviours.
Yeah, which is to move
And
forward, I guess.
that,
keep progressing
doesn't mean
in
physical
life.
behaviours.
Yeah,
A lot of it's mental behaviours.
We got to progress, and that always just is resources that we need, and I guess planets have the resources. But then again, that was a cool thing I was listening to about all the water on our planet all came from space. Like just giant chunks of ice smashing into the planet.
Well, it's because there's hydrogen inside of asteroids.
Yeah.
So enough of them, and you're going to end up with a big build-up of hydrogen. So you end up being water everywhere.
Yeah. Does that mean that dogs come from different planets and cats and
We all do. All of it does. Not even the water's from this planet.
yeah, nothing's from this planet.
It's just mad coincidence that all these different things hit this planet, and we all ended up coming to this planet, and we've ended up with this ecosystem that by chance happened to come about because we're in a simulation. It's the only way to explain this mad coincidence.
I was gonna say like we go to another planet. And you fly planet and just all the animals like 6-legged dogs and like all the things that have like 4 legs are like 6 legs now or some weird shit.
Yeah.
Extra limbs, which comes into that thing where your workmate's missing a limb.
Yeah, missing a finger.
And then you like wake up on a thing where everybody's missing something. Like
Yeah, it's just a different dimension.
endless possibilities.
So yeah, now you're talking string theory of having different dimensions, just layers of timelines, I guess, each
Bound to. It's
going in
gotta
the same
happen.
direction but
Fucking
differently.
the universe works in patterns.
Yeah, every decision's made opposite way in a different dimension. String theory. It's amazing because all these theories seem quite profound, but they actually all tie in with each other too, which just seems too coincidental. But we do also judge everything that we decide off of coincidence as well. A lot of the time we'll be like, well, this does this many times, so it must do that. So like, this literally could just be one mad coincidence, despite their number being low in percentage of that coincidence happening. But again, we're putting our own physics into that equation.
Yeah.
The chances could actually be quite high for all we know.
I want the answers to the universe.
But don't you think you'd be bored after that?
Nah.
What do you?
I know everything.
So what are you going to talk about?
Anything. I'd be an open book at that point.
Well, do you mean like only you would know everything?
No,
So like everybody else would?
I guess. So you can just talk about random stuff then, can't you?
No, because you know everything.
And?
What is there to question?
You don't have to question stuff. Questioning stuff isn't talking.
So
You can
what?
talk and
What are you going to
question.
talk about then? If you know everything, you're not going to ask someone for advice on anything. You're going to ask someone how to do something. You're not going to ask someone why something does something. How was your day?
So you're expecting to know everything.
No, you said everything.
Okay, I didn't mean
Oh, okay,
everybody,
just the-
everything that I mean, just the universe.
All right,
not
all right.
Every little
Yeah.
detail.
Okay, well, I guess then you would be able to work towards doing things. So, like, if you knew that there was a planet at this location that had this on it, and it had that there for all these reasons, like all these, you worked out the calculations that it's gonna hit fucking there because you know how it works.
I guess more or less. I
I don't know what I'm rambling. I'm going
could
off.
have put it to. I want to know what the human purpose is. Like,
Is there one?
is it bound to be? We can't be here for no reason.
Could be. Mad coincidence. Mad coincidence that the water hit this planet, causing life
That
to
goddamn
grow,
fish.
an ecosystem to evolve, and species to then evolve. From there, we've just got species. We could literally have no purpose other than the fact that we all just came about by coincidence.
Probably did. But
In that case, we just make our own purpose.
nah. I don't know. I feel like we need a guideline.
Everywhere needs guidelines.
We need guidelines. Universe, give us a sign of what we're supposed to do.
See, now we tried to give ourselves guidelines, and in return made government.
Yeah, and that was a mistake.
Big
Well,
mistake.
Could have gone better, but the government needs an update. It's running on
Needs a reboot.
It's like running on Windows XP or something.
It's back on XP. 2 gigabyte RAM.
Yeah, it needs like come back to like Windows 8.1 or 10.
Yeah, we need a 1080 Ti graphics.
Yeah, get all these old people out of the government and sort of get people that are with today's times into the government.
Yeah, I do agree
I feel
with
like
that.
would fix some things.
It would help with a lot of things. It would help with a lot of change.
It would, but isn't it? Over in the States, I'm pretty sure you have to be over a certain age to even like get into government stuff.
Yeah, you also have to be married, and you also have to be of Christian.
You have to be Christian.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of rules.
Why do you have to be Christian?
It's been like that forever.
Because I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure that is the case.
Donald Trump isn't Christian, but he would have just sworn an oath to the Bible.
Yeah, I think that was the exact case too.
Yeah.
Do you to be
Is it Christian or Catholic?
okay? I'm not sure. Christian to be president. Okay, maybe you don't have to, but almost all of them have been. So who hasn't been?
A lot. So you.
Trump was
so-
Christian. There you go.
So you just have to be. You have to have a religion. I guess.
Biden's Catholic. Kennedy's Catholic. True.
Yeah, there we go.
Zeroes it out.
I've never heard of half of these things.
Nah, neither. There's so many different forms of religion
A
out there. eh?
Methodist. A Methodist.
Interesting. Very interesting.
We should become president.
What are the 3 main
You
requirements?
must be born in the States, I think.
As directed by the Constitution, a president candidate must be a natural-born citizen of the United States, a resident for 14 years, and 35 years of age or older.
True.
Okay.
So what was this
What is
whole
that
thing
there?
about Obama saying that Obama not being a U.S. citizen? Then surely would have lived in the States for a while. What was Trump always going on about? He's like not from the U.S. or something. Show us your birth certificate.
Mm.
No, sure, he might not have been born here, but if he was a resident for 14 years, he qualifies by the sounds of it, just from that little
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
sentence.
I guess that
I always thought
does
you had to
disprove
be.
it.
I thought you had to be born in the States to become president of there,
Yeah, I always thought that too. That kind of would make sense for how strict they are as well.
and I thought it was over the age of 40.
True. What's it for here? How old do you have to be Prime Minister here?
2.
It's not Prime Minister.
Press down.
Oh, Prime Minister. Duh. Okay, I'm an idiot. Prime Minister of New Zealand.
We don't need to know the age of what they were when they died.
Holy cow, we've had...
They don't seem to be lasting that
Oh,
long.
but these are ages of death.
They're not staying alive that long.
It's kind of scary when you start seeing numbers in the 60s. At least 18 years of age. 18-year-old can run the country. This is how we do it over here.
Well, I mean,
And yeah, Jacinda Ardern is the youngest individual to become New Zealand's head of government. 37 years old.
I don't mean to be rude, but she does not look good for 37 years old. This job has obviously aged her or something, as all do, because she doesn't look 37 anymore. She definitely looked a lot younger when she went in.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been 4 or 5 years now.
No, we're on our third. We change every 2. And we've just had
I
elections.
thought we changed every 3.
It's every 2.
Is it every 2 years we change?
Yep.
I thought it was 3.
Bring that one up too. Okay,
Pretty sure it's 3.
how many... How many years? Oh, how do I word this question? I'm drawing a blank here.
How many years? Oh, when? Just search up next elections. Next New Zealand election. 2024. So every 4 years.
Oh, it is 4.
I thought we were 3.
I thought we were 2.
Yeah.
Huh. Traditionally in November. Alright.
And we fucked up by not legalizing medicinal
Marijuana. Yeah. Yeah. Ruin that one. Oh, 2024.
Oh, you like hopefully you would have taken a page from different countries that have done it and seen how well they're doing from it.
I thought for sure that
making,
would have done it. I thought for sure that would have been the case. I thought for sure that we would have been able to see that.
2020 was not a good year for the world, and we fucked our economy, I think.
Yeah, we did a little bit.
That could have fixed our economy.
Would have.
1 year of it becoming, when it finally became legal. But, oh well, we've now got another wait till 2024, and then if it gets done, probably 2025
if
or
it gets done.
2026 by the time it's legal.
Yeah, well that's it. We can vote again for it in 2024 if they choose to bring it up again.
Yeah, I don't know if I hope they don't take it to a referendum, because they did referendums because that's what the Green Party wanted. Now hopefully they just decide, don't even ask the country and just make it legal, or don't make it legal. Don't ask the country.
Yeah, just do it.
Don't bring us into this, because we've
Just
got
do it. Just make it legal.
We've got too many people stuck in their in their ways.
Yep.
I was surprised that my mum voted yes to legalizing it, but she voted no to euthanasia.
Did she?
Yeah, I was like, so you want people to suffer, but they can smoke weed?
They can suffer, but it's a little bit less.
Yeah.
At least got something to deal with it.
Yeah, I was like, nah, euthanasia, that's got to be a thing that has to happen. But smoking weed?
That has to happen too.
Nah, we don't need that.
Yeah, we do.
That's the devil's lettuce.
Devil's advocate.
It makes everybody slow and idiotic and
Slow and idiotic.
everything, and
You can't achieve anything.
You're not going anywhere in life being a dope head.
Nah, you end up sitting in your garage recording podcasts that no one's going to watch.
Please don't happen.
That's why we don't smoke weed. It's not going to happen to us. So see, if we were, no one would watch it.
Smoke meth, kids.
Don't smoke meth, kids. Don't listen. He has no idea what the fuck he's on about. Don't smoke meth.
Just smoke.
Speaking of meth, we might have a good friend on next time.
Dobbs.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting one.
That would be a really interesting one.
I sort of want to get his little life story out.
Yeah.
Actually sat down and heard his full life story.
Yep, he's told me a little bit, and he's also he got himself out of the meth addiction, and he said he explained it to me. It was a hell of a time. Obviously, it would be, But he would love to be able to tell people how to be able to how to do it. And he said, yeah, it's obviously going to work only being one on one with someone that needs the help. But I'm sure he could get some words across on here that it would be some form of help for anyone that does need it out there. So I'm really enjoying. I'm looking forward to having him on. I really hope he is.
That's a drug that's gone out of control in New Zealand.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's almost easier to get that than it is to get weed around here.
It is. It's easier to get meth than it is to get weed. It's so stupid.
It really is. It's such a bad drug.
But you can't get any DMT or anything like that into New Zealand.
Nah, it's hard enough to find other things that shouldn't be, if it makes sense.
It's even hard to get LSA, which is like some seeds. They're hard to get into the country. Well, you can get them into the country, but it's hard to get them in if they're not being treated with mercury. They treat them with mercury so that you can't do anything with them, but you can get rid of the mercury through ways from a source that I've been told, but whether or not it's true or not is another thing.
Yeah. Is it then worth the risk?
Yeah. This is one thing I'd love to try as a psychedelic. At least just once.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I feel like they definitely do play a part in us coping with not being as primal as we used to be, I guess, naturally.
You would think so. Like others, like stories from Joe and stuff, like you get this feeling that, and this, you sort of go like, hey, I've felt this feeling before, but you've obviously never felt it before, but you go into those areas and you're like, I've felt this before.
Yeah. Well, which is what's linked to the whole everything's connected.
I wonder how many answers could be, or how many questions could be answered by us taking those things.
Well, that's my theory anyway. And I was saying that to someone the other night as well, and I've surely said it to you many times, that yeah, I believe that the psychedelics will lead you to a space where you can get answers from the consciousness. I feel like there is those answers in your consciousness to those questions. And I've got a lot of questions that I probably can't even comprehend right now. A lot of questions that I couldn't put into words if I wanted to, but I know that the answers are there. And one day, when the time is right, it would be nice to go find those answers. But I know that right now is definitely not the time for me to go find those answers or to try to do that.
When is the time?
I feel like I'm going to know. I mean, it's nowhere near now.
Because sometimes you can just jump into it and it can help a lot. I've heard that from people just taking it. Because like they say, like, I mean, I didn't want to take it because of depression and me wanting to kill myself, but now I've heard things where people can take that and it can help with depression a lot.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that too.
So I just feel like I guess what our friend always says, like, I guess you can just take it whenever, really, but just make sure that you've had a really good day. And just make sure that nothing bad's happened to you throughout that day and go into it with a good mindset.
Yeah, and that is actually what they say. That people do say it's how you go into it.
Yeah.
Which is why I know. That's why I know that I'm not up for it now, because I know how I want to go into it, and that's not where I think my mind should be going right now. I feel like my mind should be going there one day, because I don't feel like I'm going to be able to go into any sort of psychedelic trip with any other mindset, or at least, I might try and think, I'm going to go into this just for a fun time, and I know in the back of my mind it's going to be there. There's going to be, no, you're not. You're going to go in there to try and find what you were intending to find.
Well, then, I mean, you're always going to be going into it like that then.
Exactly.
It sounds like you're never going to get out of that mindset.
No, I don't want to either, because I do want to go into it for that reason, but I just don't want to go into it for that reason right now, which is why I won't do it right now. But I know that one day, the time will be right where I'll be okay to go into it with that mindset. I'll be and I'll find those answers. I'll find those answers. I'll answer those questions, and I'll come out of it right. I hope. Anyway. I don't think I'm at the maturity level where I'm capable of knowing that knowledge just yet.
Who knows? And you're never going to know till you take it, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to take it, but I don't want to take it because I'm so scared that I'm not going to be the same person when I come out. I guess you're never not going to be the same person.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to come out of it like thinking even worse thoughts or something like just a way changed, not for the good.
See, and then that's when I know when the time's right, is when I don't have that doubt of, yes, I do, but how am I going to come out of it?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want that doubt. Once that doubt's gone, I'll know. Then I can go meet the aliens.
Now to get our hands on it.
Now, after that, now's not the right time. Now to get our hands on it.
Now to get our hands on it. Hey, it could just sit there in front of you forever,
No.
and you can look at it and you're like,
No,
yeah,
I couldn't.
maybe today's the day.
No, I couldn't. Technical difficulties. Alright, we get this quick. Bam, bam, bam. Battery's dead, mate.
Oh well.
I think that's what we're going to have to call anyway. We're at an hour 13.
Sweet as.
The extra 13 minutes can make up for the 13 minutes of technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So I believe that is it. We've lost camera connection on one side. We only have my camera now. So we're going to end it there. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry that it was a bit slow, a bit all over the place, and a bit still trying to set it up. But hope you enjoyed. Next time, hopefully
I'll come in with more topics.
So come in more topics. Come in with just
I'll be
conversation, my
more
friend.
prepared. We had one yesterday, which is not a normal recording day, so I sort of felt like a lot of stuff went into yesterday's one.
Yeah, a lot of stuff went into yesterday's. A lot of stuff. Just come into a conversation. Doesn't have to be about anything. I'm sure. I'm sure it doesn't have to be about anything in particular. But hopefully, on Wednesday, or I guess Thursday, I'm gonna have the Dominator mushroom melt from Wendy's.
Yes.
And then we're gonna have our friend Dobbs on. Now, hopefully Dobbs will be on.
Hopefully on
That'll
Wednesday
be cool.
we'll have a cool guest.
And I'm just saying it all now so that I can get this one up and then say to him, "Oh, you have to be on there." I said it in the last one, like.
Our audience.
They're hyped. They're hyped.
You have an audience.
An
Yes.
audience of like 9 views on our last video, which is 9 of our friends. Now, all right, sweet. We'll end it there.
Bye.
Catch you all in a couple of days. Later.
Now a word from.